we're good. So welcome to our team call. I'm super excited to have Baylee on here. I know a lot of people messaged me that they're happy to catch the recording. That's totally fine. So we're going to dive right into quick announcements so that we can learn from Baylee, because I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing from me. How do I share? Why wasn't this going? All the things up right now. Here we go. Okay. So tonight, Baylee's gonna I'm just gonna let her go. So I just titled it something of the sort. So she always hits Success Club. It's just a non-negotiable, and I'm sure she's gonna talk a little more about that. And I'll give her an intro and everything, so you can kind of see a little more of who she is. So recognition, we did not have any new coaches this past week. It was definitely a slow week, but last week in the month, so I think we got a lot of push in us to kind of hustle these last couple of days. And then on the board, look at all of these names. You guys, you signed up 1 or 2 people. I know you can sign up 5 more. But we have Alicia Garrett, Jordan Gaffney, Julia McCarroll, Krista Schabel, Sydney Kristoyak, and then Kelsey Norgal and Rachel Kaler with 4. So awesome job, you guys. And just a quick shout out again to Alicia, who is brand new coach, just signed up not even a week ago and is a SC2, signed up her husband right away. So I think she's catching the recording, but congratulations, Alicia. That's super exciting. So way to kind of take off with that. And then I locked in 10, also not where I want to be. So when I say we, I mean we have a lot of hustle left in us, myself included. And then some quick announcements. Again, team workouts on Saturdays, 6:30. There've been a couple of us hopping on, and they're a lot of fun, and they've really been driving traction in my Instagram stories, just kind of doing a quick show of our team hopping on. So super recommend it. 1, little team community thing, and then 2, for your Instagram stories. This Saturday, I will be in Colorado for a wedding though, but we'll still get that up and going. So plan to hop on that if you're able to. And then if you are not yet in the Beachbody Champions page, tomorrow they're gonna do like 3 or 4 different trainings on it to start prepping us for Morning Meltdown 100 and the launch of it, and what the packages are all gonna include. Tomorrow will be the first training on the Beachbody Champions page. So if you go to the file section in our team page, there's like a file that has it's titled like group resources available to you. So it's got Beachbody Champions page and then other group pages that we have access to within our team. So check that out to get yourself added in there. Again, Super Weekend. Carl is coming to our Super Weekend in Wisconsin Sunday, July 28th. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, make sure to get those. And then one thing about this coming Super Weekend, they brought it up on the National Wake Up Call, is that the focus, like the main purpose of this next Super Weekend is it's going to be like a live what is coaching event. So the purpose of it is for you to bring somebody who's not yet a coach, who is either interested or who you think would be a great coach and they want more info on it. So start kind of thinking of who you can bring to that, invite them to kind of get that locked in early, because I think bringing them to an event like this physically versus, just our groups online is going to be huge. June 6th is the summit recognition cutoff. So that's 1 week and 2 days. So if you're someone who's going to summit and you're pushing for that next rank to get recognized at summit, you have 1 week and 2 days to hit it. Remember, I hit diamond in 10 days from only being an emerald in my spouse account. You absolutely can get to diamond or whatever your next rank is. So do not sell yourself short. Don't you dare sell yourself short and think that you can't do it, because you can. And then lastly, there is still time to register for Summit. So if you have not yet, get your butts registered for Summit, because it is amazing. And we have some really fun, exciting things planned for our team. And with Team Revolution, Christy is doing some stuff for us. and she's going to be offering headshots and professional headshots and all of that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so we have Baylee Kai. I am so excited. I know last week when Rachel did her training, she kind of brought up Baylee. Rachel trained us on how she's really dove into using graphics for her business as well. But Baylee, she's so selfless. She is in all these groups sharing all these like resources that she has with people who don't benefit her personal business. And I just think that is so selfless of her and so kind. She is a 1-star diamond. She's 21 years old. She was in the T20 Transformation 20 test group participant. She's been a coach for a year and a half, and she's a past bikini competitor. So without further ado, Baylee.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. That's so funny that you titled it that, because that's the title of my PowerPoint too. I am Baylee. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Kansas, and I'll kind of like share a little bit about my story, but I started coaching in October of 2017, but I actually signed up as a coach when I was 18 and then quit, and then re-signed up in October of 2017 when I was like 19 or something. So it's kind of funny because I was like looking at some of the texts or the messages between me and my coach when I first signed up the first time. And I was like, I can't get anyone to join. And she's like, you're not doing any of the coach trainings. Like, you're not even on team calls. And it was just funny to read them, because I feel like that's where I am now with like my coaches. They're like, I can't get anyone to join. And I'm like, okay, keep going. And so I canceled, and I did Beachbody workouts when I started my journey in like, I think 2014, when I was 15 years old. So I've kind of like been doing Beachbody for a while, but I started doing fitness competitions, and then I came back to Beachbody, and I've always like resorted back to Beachbody because of the community. And I knew I wanted to be a coach like someday. So I did sign up as a coach again after the time I canceled, and now I'm like in it for the long run. So that's pretty much my story. Like, I've lost weight, all that stuff. So I am going to talk about making Success Club a non-negotiable. I really feel like a lot of my coaches, they will like hit Success Club 2 and they won't keep pushing because they think it's enough for them. And they get kind of like comfortable at Success Club 2. Like they're like, okay, I signed up one person, like I'm comfortable. If I sign up anymore, that's fine. If not, then whatever. Like, it's not a big deal. But then they come to me and they're like, I'm not making any money. Like I need income. And I'm like, but you're not doing the things that you need to do. And for me, like for my business right now, I have to hit Success Club and sign up like 20 people to make my money, because my team is not, it's like growing, but I just like haven't found a lot of business builders that want to stick with me. So I built myself to one star, and I'm building myself to 2-star. And I have, those girls that are like, I want to hit diamond, like I'm in for it, but they're just like taking a while. So I do make my money off of, I have to hit Success Club. And for me, I want to like reach for Success Club 20 every month, because that's just, I need the money, and that's where my money's coming from. Unless it's, from something else like Shakeology or, not a challenge pack. So commissions is what I really make my money from right now. I'm going to share this PowerPoint with you guys. I see Rachel on here. I didn't know she was on your guys' team. Okay. So making Success Club a non-negotiable. So I kind of related this back to like planting a flower and picking the flower, because I feel like Success Club is just like that. Like, you're planting a garden, like you're planting the seed, you're watering it, you're watching like your relationship grow with someone on social media, and then you're picking it and inviting them to your boot camps or the coaching opportunity. So the first step would be like planting the seed. And that would pretty much be like sending a message saying like, hey girl, thanks for the follow. Like, that's your first step in building a connection with that person. Or saying whatever it is, if you guys have like a welcome message to a new follower, that type of like planting the seed, or commenting on their photos. Like for me, I follow the 5-3-1 method to grow my Instagram, and that's liking 5 photos, commenting on 3, and it results in a follow back. So that's like my planting the seed for them to follow me. I don't really message my new followers unless I'm like going through to invite them, because it's just so much of a hassle. Like I get 20 some new followers a day, and I just don't have the time, and I don't put that into my power hour to like message them a, hey, thanks for the follow. So if that's something you do, that's awesome. But that's my type of planting the seed. The second step would be watering the seed. So that is where, if you actually are sending a welcome message to your followers, that's where, you know, you would go like 5 photos of theirs, comment on 3, and then they would probably like follow you back. Or if they already follow you back, then that wouldn't count. And then like cheering them on their journey, because every time, you know, like their photo pops up or something, that's going to be making that connection and that building that relationship with them, which is key in inviting. Because I hate cold inviting. So I try and like connect with my followers and just really like build that relationship and cheer them on genuinely. Like they'll cheer you back on, and you guys will just build that connection without even having to like message back and forth. So that's kind of like watering the seed. And then you're watching that seed grow, and you're developing that relationship, whether it's like it takes a week or a month or a year. It's just like being genuine is going to get you further when you invite them. So if you already kind of know them, but you haven't ever messaged them, they'll probably like say, yes, I'm interested in more details for your boot camp, because you've been cheering each other on, or you watch their stories daily, they show up to yours, stuff like that. So I talk to people, like it takes me, sometimes I'm still talking to people from like a year ago, just because they've like ghosted me and I followed up with them, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But that's kind of like, I've been growing my relationship with them, and I'm not trying to push them into joining me because they're not ready. And if they're not ready, then I just keep growing that relationship. And then the last part would be picking the flowers. So that's going to be, sending the hey girl invite. And, that might end up good or it might end up bad. And, there's 2 different ways in a conversation of like, they might give you an objection, or like they might say, yes, I want more details. So that's the step that results in a new flower on your team. So those are kind of like the steps I'm going to go over. I just wanted to lay that out for you and show you that's pretty much like what I have in my mind every single day when I'm trying to invite and make connections, just like it says on the Success Club tracker. And if you're not using that tracker, you should, because I wasn't using it and I was not hitting Success Club. And it's really helped me like just have extra structure in my business. Instead of just like sitting down, doing a power hour and like whatever, just sitting there and being on my phone scrolling instead of doing my stuff. So these are just like the 4 steps in planning your garden. So why our business is based around Success Club is pretty much, it shows you're helping people, creating a team and building that momentum. Because just think, like if you have a coach and you're hitting Success Club 20 or Success Club 10 and none of your coaches are hitting Success Club, and you're like, well, my team's growing, and they come to you and they're like, well, my team is not growing, like I'm not making money. Yeah, because you're not hitting Success Club. Like that's why Success Club is a thing in this business. And that's why there are top Success Club earners or top point earners, because our business is based around Success Club. That means you're recruiting new people to your team, to your challenge groups. Those could be potential coaches. Those could be potential discount coaches. Like that is how you're going to grow your team. It's not just signing up coaches. Like that's not what our business is based around. And I think a lot of people forget that because they're like, we have to have like a good team of coaches. And it's really not just based on coaches. Like, yeah, that's going to get you further in the long run. And that's how you're going to make your, team cycle bonus and stuff. That's how you're going to make the good money. But it's really bringing in new people to help. And that's what you want to do every single month. You want to make it that goal of helping 3 people a month to hit Success Club 6. It's not just points in your coach online office. It's the lives you've changed. So changing lives every single month, like that's what we do. The benchmark we're given to measure our business. So take advantage of it. Like Success Club is the benchmark. I tell my coaches, hit Success Club 6, and then you can like make graphics. I had to tell myself that. Like my coach always told me, hit Success Club, and then you can make your graphics, and you can like make your forms and make your extra things in your business. So Success Club, use it as your benchmark. Like you have to hit Success Club 6. And if, if you don't want to hit like that 10 is too stressful for you, that's fine. 6 is your goal. Like if you're hitting Success Club 6 consistently, that's when you're going to get, like trip dollars for the cruises and for the trips. And that's when you're going to get, as a new coach, your Success Starter Summit ticket. Like those are just like little things you should have in the back of your mind. Like you're going to get rewards every single month for hitting Success Club. And I don't know, rewards like in recognition, they motivate me. So I just tell myself, like, I use it as that benchmark. And I tell myself, like, I will do all my other stuff in my business after I invite and hit Success Club 6, whether it's from like last month's people that said no, whether it's this month's new people that I've invited, which I'll talk about in a second, but just really use it as like that motivation in your business. Hit it early and consistently each and every month. You're hitting it, so that makes your coaches even more eager to do it with you. So both of those things, like you can hit it super early in the month, hit Success Club 6, 10, whatever, and then have the rest of the month to kind of like chill, invite some more, and then maybe at the end of the month you're signing up another 4 people and you're like, dang, it's the first time I've hit Success Club 16. Like it's just those type of things where hitting it earlier in the month might motivate you more, just because, you're hustling, and then after that you kind of like have that break for yourself, and that's totally fine as long as you're still hitting it. And I tell my girls that, like, a lot of them get super stressed when I give them like little tasks for Success Club, hitting Success Club. And I tell them, like, once you hit it, even if it's like the 7th of the month, just tell yourself, like, you're going to sign up one person every 2 days. And then you'll hit it super early in the month. Like, in a week, you'll hit Success Club 6. So I just give them that goal of like hitting it super early, and then they can have that kind of like relaxation afterwards during the rest of the month. So yeah, you hitting it is going to show your coaches, you're hitting Success Club every single month. You're being consistent. Like they see your team growing. They see your coach shouting you out. They see you, being recognized on all the calls, on the board, stuff like that. That's going to make them more eager to do it with you. Like we started a pay the shake type of thing every month, and we found it, like I got it from another coach, but she shouts out her coaches when they hit Success Club 6 because they paid the shake. And that tremendously helped my coaches start actually like working, not hitting Success Club, but at least signing up one person and making it a priority to at least get their name on the board. So it's baby steps like that that really help your coaches as well. Okay, so why is it a non-negotiable? So first of all, the rewards, like I said, I feel like that all motivates us to hit Success Club. And sometimes, like for me, I even send my girls something. It's really been a long time since someone has actually hit Success Club. Like one of my personally sponsored coaches. It's really been me, my diamond I built, and then my mom. Like we've all been hitting Success Club, but my coaches don't. And that's fine. Like I know that they're my tribe, kind of. Like I'm trying to help them. But if you have those coaches that are like lagging back and they're not doing the work and they're not hitting Success Club, they're not like, it's not your problem. Like if you're giving them the tools to hit Success Club and you are, doing live power hours, you're, checking with your tracker, stuff like that. Like they have the Success Club tracker. And if they're not doing that daily, you can't do anything about it. Like those people are probably not, you have to let them kind of like give them some rope and just tell them like, I'm here for you, but us runners are hitting Success Club. Like that's our goal. And that's how you're going to move your business forward. So I actually had to like confront some of my coaches and tell them like, you were at like 4 points and you didn't push 20 more days in the month for one more person to hit your first month of Success Starter. Like that to me speaks volume. Like they don't have the drive to work very much. So you kind of have to like listen to or see those like things, if your people are at 4 points and then they kind of lag back and they're like, I don't want to invite anymore. I'm not going to use the tracker the rest of the month. Then you have to step in and be like, hey, this is like a priority. Like you have to be hitting Success Club every single month. So rewards, trips, prizes, all that stuff. And then think of like the things you do in your life, no matter what you have to do. If you have a job, you go to work because you have to. Like you have to go. You have to provide for your family, even though you want to quit your job. You provide for your children because you're a mom. And if you're a mom and you don't provide for your children, then that's not good. Like, you have to do it because you're a mom. You have to fill up your car with gas because you won't get anywhere without it. Like, you can't just leave your car there on an empty tank and hope for someone to pick you up on the side of the road. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, you have to have your coaches on board with you to hit Success Club. And it might take a while, but have them make it a non-negotiable no matter what. You know, they could be inviting in bed right when they wake up, because I know, like, a lot of my coaches are on their phones in the morning in bed. I know they're on their phones. So I just tell them, like, be sending out 10 invites before you get out of bed. Like, don't watch TV at night. Invite instead. Like, if they're doing those things, like they're watching TV and you see them doing that on social media and you know their business isn't getting anywhere and they're not hitting Success Club, tell them to make it a non-negotiable and cut out the hour of The Bachelor or 2 hours or however long it is. Like, tell them they could be watching that on the weekends once they hit Success Club. If they actually want to move their business forward, they will prioritize their tasks. And if they don't, then it's, again, not something you can help because you've given them all of the recommendations and tools. So the end goal is pretty much like thinking about, are you, in the business? Are you wanting to be ranked number 1 in the business? Are you trying to be the top coach? Do you want to have like a ton of money because you want to like take your trips on your family's on trips? Is it to motivate your coaches to hit Success Club? Hitting Success Club 6 yourself and then having your coaches hit Success Club 6. So you have to kind of like think of your end goal of why you need to be hitting Success Club. So for me, like I said, is because that's how I make my money right now. And it sucked because last month, what was that, April? Yeah. April was horrible. Like, it was a horrible month. I think I hit Success Club 6 and I haven't hit that since, or maybe it was 8, but I haven't hit that since like a year ago. And my goal has been 10 every single month or more. And I've been hitting Success Club 20 for almost a year in a row. And that last month was like, it broke it for me. And so it's just something where like, it kind of opens your eyes. And I realized I wasn't working as hard as I had been in the past, couple months. And maybe it was from like stress. After that happened, I quit my job because I was like, F this, like I need Beachbody, like I need to be hitting Success Club. So I literally quit my job like 2 weeks ago because I was like, I have to hit Success Club. And that's just something in my mind, like it's just something I make a non-negotiable. So I quit my job and I was at I told Megan I was at Success Club 6 or 8, before we talked, I think. And then I was like, oh my God, she wants me to talk about Success Club. So I have to like up my gears and hit 20 by tonight. And I hit 16. So it's just something where like, you will make it a priority and you will do it if it's in the back of your mind and you want that money, you want to grow your team. And for me, it's the money. And it's not just the money. Like, I love helping people, but that's how I make income for me and my boyfriend. And that's how I go on trips. And that's how I buy my groceries. Like, that's why I don't have a job right now, because I know I have potential with this business and I know I can hit Success Club 20, 30, 40. Like, I've done it before and I know I can do it if I push. So if there's something in your life that's holding you back and putting stress on you, such as a job or, something in your family, like, just maybe try and rid it. And if it's your job and you can't, that's fine. But like, I see a lot of like nurse coaches on my uplines team that literally get on their stories and complain that they're tired every single day. And then they're like, I can't get on the team call. Like, I'm going to have to miss it. I'm too tired. And it's like, well, yeah, you're a nurse, but look at all the top there. Like, find someone in the business that is just like you and has the same excuse as you. Mine was probably just like getting in that mindset of, okay, I don't have any more people for this month. So I had to partner up with someone that would push the hell out of me and tell me to just go for it. Like, don't hold yourself back and say like, I have no more people saying they're going to sign up for this month. Invite more people. Go follow up with people from a year ago. Go follow up with your no's from 5 months ago. Like, you have to be doing the actions to get yourself to where you want. So if you're wanting to make that money for, your family's trips, or for your extra groceries for the week or whatever, be hitting Success Club, because, you know, if you don't want to pay for your shakes, you have to hit Success Club, because that's going to make you pay for your, like, that's going to give you the money to pay for your Shakeology. So it's just those type of things where you really just have to go back to like your why, and Success Club ties in with your why so much. Like my why getting into the business is like, it's different. It's changed a lot. I got into it for the money, and now I'm like in it because I freaking have like a big passion for helping people and other coaches. Like I love helping other coaches as well. And but Success Club still plays into that, because I love making graphics, as you guys know, and I make myself hit Success Club before I make any graphics for the month. Like before I make my newsletter, before I make any type of groups, free groups, make Instagram stories, like just stuff like that. So I always have to think about like why I'm in the business. So a couple tips for like hitting Success Club early in the month. I feel like this kind of proves duplication. So if you're hitting it super early in the month, it'll prove to your coaches, like if you're hitting 10, they'll probably do half of what you do or even less. So if you're trying to set the bar high and have them hit Success Club 6, be doing the actions in your coach group. Go live and talk about, it's freaking June 1st. Like we are all going to do a challenge right now, a week challenge. Whoever I don't know, I'm just trying to think of something, sends out the most share carts this week will get a prize. And that will motivate them. Like we're doing a share cart challenge in June for the whole month until like mid-July or something, but it works really well. So if those are the type of things where like at the end of the month, you can think of things to hit Success Club early in the month. This, new coaches equals success starters, emeralds equals getting those leads and benefits. So that's just like the duplication. If your new coaches are in month 3 of success starters and they need one more person and it's the last day of the month, you have to be pushing them, like, or else it's going to result in something you're not going to like. You're not going to get those elite points for the success starter. They're not going to get their free ticket. Like you have to just throw those things at them and motivate them. It demonstrates duplication. So maybe aim for 5 by the 5th of the month, 5 points. So 2 people or 2, whatever, 4 points. And then 10 by the 10th. So that way you're not last minute scrambling and trying to like do it for yourself and not help your coaches, which I've done a lot. And I finally like made it a priority to hit Success Club early in the month. That way I had at least 2 weeks to help my coaches finish getting their people and, help them with whatever. So those are kind of like some perks of hitting it super early in the month. My tips for hitting it are don't neglect the cycle. So new people you're following is new combos. Those are new invites. Those are new people to follow up with, and that's going to give you consistent Success Club. So for hitting it early, I would go back to, so what's today? The 28th, and we have how many days left? A couple days in the month. So we have 3 more days until it's June 1st. So today or yesterday, I did something where I offered the free like 3-month membership or whatever, and that's going to help me hit Success Club early in the month in June, because I'm going to convert all of those people. I'm going to try to challenge packs. So you can just kind of like think of ideas and really just be following new people all month, sending out invites, following up with your people that said no, following up with the people that ghosted you. Keep following up, because consistency plus persistence equals progressing your business and moving it forward. Like even when you don't feel like it, you have to be consistent and you have to be inviting. Inviting is how you're going to hit Success Club. And if you hate inviting, then you have to find a way to like it. Like I've seen a bunch of things where like if you watch The Bachelor, every time they say like, I don't watch it, but every time they say this phrase, you have to invite. So if there's something where you're like, you hate inviting, you have to make it you have to make it fun for yourself. And for me, I set timers and just like challenge myself to invite as many people as I can. And then sometimes, if I'm bored with it, I'll go like lay outside and tan and like send invites, or I don't know, during like the breaks in my workout, I'll invite one person. So it's just like making it fun throughout the day for yourself. And then adding urgency to your invites, like people that are lagging behind at the, you know, say like this week, if they're lagging behind to sign up, I would say, hey girl, it's the 28th of the month. I will throw in some free pre-workout samples, like a sticker decal and whatever, if you sign up on June 1st and make a commitment to yourself. Like that's going to help you. There's one person at the beginning of the month. So you could always offer those incentives as well. And then my tips for hitting it all month is invite your last month's no's. Just remind them, like it takes, you guys have probably heard, it takes like 7 times for someone to see like something and have it register in their brain to like, okay, I want to do this. And for me, like I reached out to someone to help me, but to get me to sign up, it took a while. Like I didn't want to spend the money, and it took me a while to see her messages and see her progress and just see how happy she was. So just really follow up with people. Like the fortune is in the follow-up. And then invite to the 3-month membership. So that's something you can do as well, just to have them dip their feet in the water. So go back to your no's or make a post about it and be like, you know, if you want to try out my workouts, I'm offering 10 spots to try out my free workouts or whatever. And then go back to your no's and say, hey, do you want to dip your feet in the water? I know you said you couldn't afford it, or I know you said not at this time, but if you want to dip your feet in the water, you can try my workouts out and then maybe join my boot camp later on. So that again will help you maybe, you know, have some Success Club points for next month. And then just keep posting daily. So I post daily on my Instagram stories. I try to, or talk about it in a video about the like opportunity to join my boot camp, or not my coaching team every day, but really my boot camps. Like I throw in something with my workouts or after I post my workout clips, and I always throw something in my Instagram stories about my boot camps, because people always need to see it. Like it needs to register in their brain that this is what you do and this is what you're passionate about. And if they are going to show up to your stories every single day, then they might as well join you, because they just need to get on with the freaking train instead of just leaving it. So just really be posting about it daily, and that'll actually help you hit Success Club as well. So I always tell my coaches, make it a no matter what, like keep it simple and don't reinvent the wheel. Like just do your power hour, follow your tracker, use the resources. I'm sure Megan has tons of resources in your coach group for everything, like everything you need. And don't be desperate or pushy with your people. You know, if someone's like, I can't afford it right now, and you're like, oh my God, well, I need this this one last person to hit Success Club 6. Don't be pushy, because that'll just result in something horrible. And then you'll probably just feel really down about them calling you out for being in an MLM business or something. Like it's not worth it to be pushy and feeling desperate for yourself and desperate for those points. So just move on to the next person and keep moving on. Like if someone says no, move on and put them on your like follow-up list or whatever. Like just keep inviting people to hit Success Club. That's it. That's all I have. I was reading it.
Great. Yeah. So one, amazing. Like Baylee and I were talking earlier, and she was telling me like what she told you, that she was at like Success Club 8 or something, and she was like, there's no effing way I'm coming on this team call talking about Success Club at Success Club 8, and then bumped it up to Success Club 16. So I wrote this in the chat, and I've said this before from Josh Coates, but urgency creates focus. If you have something that you're genuinely pushing for, like when I heard somebody from Melanie Mitro's team say they went from Emerald to Star Diamond in 7 days, it just, a light bulb just went off, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get Tyler's account to Diamond in 7 days. And I didn't do it in 7, I did it in 10, but nonetheless, like urgency creates focus, and that's exactly what she did. I just want to share some of my takeaways, because I thought this was like bomb. So one, she said that her income comes from commission, and the more like she said, our business Beachbody is based off of Success Club. Hit Success Club, they say you're going to be successful. And just like being honest, Success Club 6 is bull crap. You'll grow slowly, but you really need to be pushing for Success Club 10 and more to grow a genuine business, because you have to, you know, convert customers to coaches or bring on coaches or whatever it is. And someone asked me recently, like, as a diamond coach, do you like get a set income? Like, how much does your income go up? And I was like, honestly, like, it doesn't go up that much. When I went diamond, and when I considered myself to be a full-time coach, I was making $500+ a week. But same as Baylee, I was hitting Success Club 20 to 30 like a year ago. And so it was off of Success Club. It was off of like just crushing Success Club, doing the things off the business activity tracker, not reinventing the wheel, and all of that stuff. So if you want to make more money, you know, crush Success Club, bring on coaches, and like be inviting to the coaching opportunity, and then just speed of the leader, speed of the pack kind of thing. And I also love that you said, like, if your coaches don't do the work, it's not your fault. You can't control what they do. Like, you have to build a team in order to have that monetary success, the residual income. And I said this before, some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? Because it's so true, you know, not that like the people that aren't working, it's not like I don't want them on the team, but you can't let them take your energy. So if you have coaches quit or people going active and you're like, oh, I just got my emerald back, or oh, I'm almost to diamond, like, some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? And keep going. And another thing, I was watching a training in this other group that I'm in, and for whatever reason, it just really stuck with me. But you have to like want to help people so often, and I'm guilty of this previously too. It's just like, oh, I just need one more person to sign up. I just need 2 more Success Club points, right? And then it's out of this like form of desperation, and we lose sight of like helping these people and like, what can I actually do for them? Not for me, for them. And if you're stuck in that mindset of like, how can they help me? You're not going to build a successful business. And I need you to start realizing that for yourself. Like, I didn't always like love helping people. I'll be honest, I didn't. It was like, what's in it for me? How do I get to do this? Once I switched that and I started having more genuine conversations and telling them like what they want, and then more so than like what I know they need, what's in it for them? How can you serve them? Is going to grow your business more than, oh, I just need 2 more people, or I just need 1 more person to hit Success Club, right? So you have to listen to them and come from a genuine place. And then one thing Lindsay Matway said in a different training was, let your passion show in your messages. So like, if you believe in this and it really has changed your life, whatever part it is, the workouts or the community or, you know, whatever it is, let that show in your messages, because people buy things off of a feeling, right? It's not always like whatever you're saying. They buy things off of feelings. Next thing I have written down is hit Success Club and then do the extras. I know Rachel last week did her training because she learned all the graphic stuff from Baylee, and everyone was super excited to go and like do all these graphics and stuff. And I think that's so huge of like, have you earned the right to take time away from building your business to make those graphics, right? Because they're not going to grow your business if you're not like bringing on people. Like, yeah, you can use them to help your business, but you need to be hitting Success Club first, and then make it like a game. Like she said, I love that idea. Make it like a game. I'm not going to do any graphics until I hit Success Club. Or if you do trainings for like your team that you have, I'm not going to do any trainings for my team until I hit Success Club. The way I started working my personal business is I do not do any like team related stuff in the morning. All the entire morning is my business, my invites, my follow-ups, planning my posts, like personal development, my business. And the second half of the day is like, okay, how can I help my team? Right? Because you have to work on your business first and then work on helping your coaches. And then also the pay to the shake. So if you guys didn't catch that, if you sign up 3 people, that like covers the cost of your Shakeology every month. So maybe you're not in this for like to make big money or whatever it is, but helping 3 people that pays for your shake. And then if you're Emerald, I did a training in our team page the other day about you need to be an active Emerald coach to get that that volume and start building that residual income from team cycle bonuses and everything. So hitting Success Club 6 and being an active Emerald, like you'll grow slowly and it'll pay for more than just your shake. But if nothing else, pay for your shake. Get your shake paid for by helping 3 people, right? Another thing, create little challenges to send invites. Baylee was at a New Leader Conference as well, and Keisha Fitzgerald, and we've done this before, brought this idea of the 11 and 22 challenge. Like set your timer for 22 minutes and send 11 invites, but like I challenged you guys to send out as many as you could in 22 minutes. So do little fun games like that. And for me, when I was doing that, I was like, it was a game. I was like, okay, how many can I get sent out in 22 minutes? And then the last thing I have written down is, what is your end goal? And I've been working with a group of girls, like helping push to diamond and doing like a diamond mentorship. And I told them in our call last week that I don't think any of their whys are strong enough. If your why does not make you want to work, it's not strong enough. You have to have a reason for why you're doing this. Otherwise, what are we here for, right? If you can look at your why, first of all, if you haven't written a why, like why you want this business to work for you, do that before anything else. But second, if you read your why and it doesn't make you want to work, it's not your why. That is not your why. Your why has to make you want to work. Okay, so does anyone have any questions for Baylee? Everyone's saying thank you.
Tia said, I think she wants me to talk about how I invite people. And I did a call the other day, and I can send it to you because I recorded it, but I ran a team call for my team because they were struggling with invites. And I struggled too. Like when I was first a new coach, inviting was hard for me. Like I signed up mostly family for the first 3 months to hit Success Starter. Friends, not even friends. Like my friends did not support me. And my family, a lot of them they're not signed up anymore. But inviting is hard, and you have to do the hard to see progress in your business. And you have to be inviting, and you have to find that invite that really works for you and speaks to you. Because a lot of my coaches, like I would give them my whole script that I was using. You know, it changes depending on like people's goals and stuff like that. But the main points to where like it's the initial invite. The second part is like about our group, when it starts, what workouts we're doing. The third part is like something about the superfood shakes and how it's helped my bloat or whatever. So I was giving them these scripts and they were like, that's not me. Like, it doesn't sound like me and it's not working. And I was like, okay, so just find, something that is like you. And I feel like the easiest thing for me to do is when I go through my posts, or you can even change it, but it's something where it says, hey girl, happy Thursday. I hope you're kicking ass this week. I saw you liked my transformation post, so I wanted to shoot you a quick message, seeing if you'd want to find that confidence right alongside me plus my tribe. Would you be interested? So that's me. Like, that's totally me. And it's a super simple invite. Like, do you want to find confidence with me or not? Like, are you interested or not? No? Okay, cool. And it's just like, I hope you're kicking ass, and I cuss. And so that's me. Like, I would send that to somebody. And I talk a lot about like my tribe and like you vibe with me. So you can like throw in words that fit you and how you would talk. If someone's giving you an invite to send and it's like, this one was given to me and it did not work at all because it's just not me. But it says, hey, I hope you had a great day. How's everything with you? Not sure what you have going on fitness-wise this month, but I'm running a virtual wellness group starting after Memorial Day weekend. It's perfect for busy summer. Any interest in hearing how it works? So that's not an invite I would send. And I sent it to like 5 girls and they all said no, because it's just like any interest in hearing how it works. Like, for one, that kind of sounds like weird to me and I just don't like it. Just like the running a virtual wellness group, I don't say that. And I don't, like, this girl threw in like a burger emoji and like a drink emoji and a swimsuit and a sun. And I'm like, that's just not me. So I just like to keep it simple. And you kind of have to figure out what invite works for you. You'll see, like, in your conversations, some invites are working and some are not. And the ones that are working, keep sending those ones. If you're going through the post, have in your notes one for hey, thanks for liking my post. Like, do you want to find confidence alongside me and my tribe? If you're just cold inviting, find one that works for you. One that works for me on Facebook only is, hey girlfriend, so I know you're probably busy, but I wanted to pop in quick and ask what you had planned for June. If I ran a health and fitness group to get us all toned up for summer, would you be interested in joining in? So that one has worked for Facebook. I don't know why, but on Instagram it doesn't work. So you kind of have to just find the things that are working for you and have your schedule. So also having that follow-up schedule, because maybe you invited and they said no, go follow up with them. Like, just have that follow-up schedule. That's key also. And then maybe I was telling my coaches, like, I don't think they were having very good conversation flow. Like, they were just being pushy or just being super to the point and being not interested in the other person's like goals and stuff. So I always say, like, you have to be more interested than interesting, and quit throwing up in the message and puking all the details. Like, you can't do that. You have to just figure out their goals, tell them how you can help them. If they want the help, then you can keep going on with the conversation. And maybe that conversation where the person said no, do it different the next time. Like, obviously you did something wrong in that conversation. Send a screenshot to Megan and say, like, hey, can you read this over for me? I tell my coaches, I call them out and I'm like, show me your conversations. Like, I want to see what you're saying, because you're saying something wrong, or you're being too pushy, or you're not saying enough. Like, these people don't know what you're doing, and they are like, no thanks, I don't want to do this. Like, you're even skeptical about your own business. So have your coach look at your conversation and just skim it over and say, like, can I have some recommendations? Like, what should I change up? So also do that. If you're getting a lot of no's, maybe it's just, maybe it's just you have the wrong people. Like, you just need to switch it up and find different people to invite. Because not everyone wants our help. Like, if everyone wanted our help, we would all be millionaires in this business and nobody else would be left, like, in the world. So I don't really drop anything name-wise. So that's something where, like, I feel like my coaches, I have this girl on my team where she always says, oh yeah, so okay, do you want more details? And they're like, yeah, like, send me over some details. And she's like, okay, so we're doing 80-day obsession. It's 80 days with booty workouts and arms and abs and whatever, with bands and sliders. And I'm like, no, like, they're just going to go Google 80-day obsession and find out it's Beachbody and probably say no. So I don't say any words that are Shakeology, 80-day obsession, Lift 4. I don't do any of that. I don't even put that in my Instagram stories unless I'm like, I don't know. I don't really throw out there anything about Beachbody. So in my invites, I have a sneak peek into my boot camp guide, which Megan probably has that somewhere. I don't know. But it just shows them the packages, and that doesn't even have like anything other than Shakeology on it in the package, like from Beachbody. So in the conversations, I'm not saying like you're going to get Shakeology. I'm saying you're going to get your superfood shakes that help with 1, 2, 3. You're going to get your workout, your fitness library that's streamed like Netflix, or your Netflix of workouts. So you have to kind of like find different key words to throw in, because if you're just throwing in, like, I think my girl that said 80-day obsession, like, that was her thing and everyone said no to her. And I was like, you can't, like, you have to switch things up. And now she's not doing that. And I feel like it's helped her. So I always say something like, let's see. So aside from the fun stuff we are going to have in the group, this challenge comes with a workout app that's kind of like Netflix, but for fitness. So there's that. You don't have to say you get Beachbody on demand. Nutrition and mindset. You also get a 30-day supply of your superfood shakes to try. They seriously help with bloating, brain fog, and energy so much I can't even tell you. Because the message before that, I tell them, like, I always tell them my goals too. I'm like, I'm focusing on kicking my reoccurring sugar habit, like my cravings. They're horrible at night. Building a booty, pray for me, LL, and keeping that bloat gone. What are your goals? So always maybe throw out your goals and then ask them what their goals are. Yeah, so I mean, even if you send them the share cart and they are like, oh, is this Beachbody? Like, I don't want to do it. A lot of girls have asked me that, like, is this Beachbody? I'm like, yeah, it's Beachbody. Like, I'm not going to hide it and say no, but yeah, it's Beachbody. Do you have a problem with it? Like, they might have had a different experience in the past, like a bad experience. Maybe they just think it's a scam or whatever. And you kind of have to either move on or just don't waste your time and energy trying to convince them that Beachbody is the freaking best, because it's so draining, I feel like. And if they don't want to do it and they're with, maybe it's because they're with Arbonne or they're with Advocare or they're with a different company. That's okay. Like, yeah, just keep showing up. They'll see you, how happy you are, your energy, your confidence, and they will come join you. Like, I have people from a year ago that told me no, and now they're on my team and they love my boot camp. So it's just like something where you do have to keep showing up. I hope that helped a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was amazing. And I want to say, because I know so many people on our team are big fans of Kate Schultes. And like her short and sweet invites, they don't work for me. Like they just don't. And so I actually just changed to try a new type of invite this morning. And I've had a ton of people respond to it because I just changed up the verbiage. And I always say, even with your social media posts, like say it out loud. And if it doesn't sound like, if you're like, oh, I wouldn't say that, then don't post it. Say it out loud for your invites. And if you wouldn't say that, then don't say it. Like it's totally personable to you and like the message that you want to come out. That's how you're going to find your tribe of people. And I think this business is so huge when like your team and like the income and all the things just get bigger when you have a tribe of people who like, you're like the same person building together, and it's just more fun and just like you start to build that momentum and everything.
Kate's in my upline, and her stuff doesn't work for me either. Like those, and she even talked about like the super weekend video where I'm sure, didn't you see it? The one? Yeah. And she was like something about inviting to a party, and it's more personal if you go into their inbox and invite them. Like, hey girl, I want you to come have drinks with me. Like come sit in the pool with me. Like we'll tan at the party, instead of just putting it on Facebook and being like, hey, I'm having a party. Like let's all have drinks. Be here at 5. Like, you have to actually get in their inbox and personalize it to them. Like maybe throw in something about if you saw their post, like they just got engaged, be like, hey, do you want to shred for the wedding? Like I have a few other girls that are doing it, trying to find some people to like be accountable with them. Like you could always throw in something personal like that. And if you're a mom, maybe throw in something about, like I'm trying to keep my, set a good example for my daughter. Like, do you want to join this tribe with me and set a good example for your daughter, or whatever it is? Like you can always throw something in there that relates to like their personal page and their journey too.
Yes. I freaking love that. Okay. So I hope you guys took notes. I have a ton of notes. I thought this was absolutely amazing. 2, we are at the end of the month. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that is all that's left. And if you're not at Success Club, that doesn't have to be how the end of the month is. And so although like we just talked about inviting and you have to invite, but I want to like end with how to push and lock it in at the end of the month. And number 1, yes, invite, but following up is what's going to lock in Success Club. Like Baylee said, the fortune is in the follow-ups. So send your invites, but send more follow-ups than invites. Go back to the people that you've reached out to and re-invite them. Offer incentives, all of that. Let's see, wake up a little earlier if you have to, send more invites. Like Baylee said, if you're laying in bed, send more follow-ups. But basically everything that I'm about to say is around follow-ups. If you're gonna do call to action posts, where you're asking for business, you cannot rely on those. Do not rely on those and just think, I'm gonna curate this perfect call to action post that's got the perfect before and after photo, the perfect verbiage, and then everyone's gonna come. Those are great and they're necessary, but you cannot rely on those. So follow up with people you've previously invited, go in with excitement, show passion in your messages, still do your business activity tracker, and it ain't over until it's over. We have 3 days left in the month, and every single one of you can hit Success Club this month. So thank you so much, Baylee, for doing this for us. That was absolutely amazing. I'm sure everyone got a lot of takeaways and like new ideas rolling through their brain. Thank you all for hopping online live. I really appreciate it, and have a good rest of your night. Bye.